Hello, beautifuls. I'm really having a tough Sunday. I hope that you all's week was well. And my intention on this video, I committed to myself to do this video today, and I plan to come to do this video very passionately, because I want to talk about the cowardice in Black women, and then I also wanted to talk about Carlisha. But y'all, the wind has been knocked clear the fuck up out of me. The wind has been knocked clear the fuck up out of me. As I shared, I am originally from Baltimore, and last night at a fucking I don't know, I don't even know what to call these fucking Blackistani get-togethers, but at one last night in a little, well, it's Brooklyn, but it's still considered a city. Some niggas basically just took out a gun and just started blasting the whole fucking teenage cookout thing that was going on. And in this cookout, there was an 18-year-old girl who was shot in her head and ended up dying. And it's this Murder Inc. thing. Now y'all really know I'm from Baltimore. But it's this Murder Inc. website it's this Murder Inc. Instagram page that actually showed the mother of this young girl. It showed videos of the young girl who is absolutely beautiful and just had her whole life at her feet, and her mother is running out of the house. You can tell that the mother actually lived in the neighborhood, because the mother looks like she got on a nightgown and a headscarf, and she's running down the street to get down the street and see her baby girl being covered up with the fucking white sheet, because a fucking niggle bomb. It's costing me too much to not to not call these fucking savages what the fuck they are. But a little demon had snuffed her baby's life out, and you just hear this wail from this woman as she gets up on her daughter. She's yelling at the police who were actually escorting her there. Get off of me. And she's just a broken hearted woman. Like, y'all, this knocked the wind out of me today. And, because it did, and I still wanted to commit to doing this video, I felt like it was necessary. It's probably not going to be as passionate as I intended, but I do think that I can get, the message that I wanted to get out. And then also I went on this, I don't want to give too much information because, people can figure out who I am, but the cowardice of Black women is just too much. Like, the fact that we are such cowardly lions, like, what the fuck is going on? That we are such cowards, in everything. Like, even at this point for me, like, it's not even getting to a point, aside from my safety, right? Aside from my physical safety, when I tell you that I wouldn't give a fuck who knew who I was, who knew anything about me, as long as the truth was said about how Black women exist in this realm, how Black women exist in Blackistan, fucking USA, I wouldn't give a fuck about my physical appearance being known, about where I'm located being known, like all of these ways that Black women have to hide, so that no one really knows who we are. Like, that kind of cowardice I'm not speaking of, because it's a matter of protecting our physical selves, right? These niggas is unfucking hinged. And as a result, when I speak about the cowardice, I'm not speaking about Black women who decide to not tell who they are on the internet. I think that is very, very wise, for a Black woman, especially if you're telling the fucking truth, right? But what I learned in my pro-Black journey as I studied, and I've mentioned him several times, Dr. John Henry Clark, what he said that really resonated within me and that I have taken with me all the way throughout my life is to tell the truth and let the chips fall where they may. And that's how I operate in general. In my life in general, I tell the truth. I tell the truth, and look, I don't care who don't like it, or like who offended by it, who is bothered by it. I don't give a fuck. Like, I really honestly don't give a fuck. And I think at some level, black women have to stop being cowards. God damn it. Especially, I'll talk in different instances where I see black women being cowardice. But just a couple of weeks ago, a black woman who did support me, I don't know if she don't anymore, but anyhow, she posted one of my videos, and I go and I check it, and I lay down to take a nap. When I wake up, the damn post is gone, and I'm just like, what a cowardly lion. Like, what a cowardly lion, because I'm thinking to myself, she's obviously been on my YouTube channel because she says she supported it, said that she liked the things I'm talking about, the esoterics of what I'm talking about over here, shared it with her audience, and I'm assuming that her audience, due to some of the things that I've said about whoever the fuck I said it about, which was the truth. If I said Africans was AI, that's the truth. If I said that the T in the alphabet and the alphabet community is a fucking problem, that was the fucking truth. Whatever I said about any person, I don't really talk about people much on this channel besides who I did talk about. If I said it about them, that was the fucking truth, right? So, you know, for the video, for the for her to have taken the post down, I just thought, like, what a coward, like what a wimp, right? And, you know, if you're here, sis, like, I'm here to speak about the cowardice of black women and how it affects us, especially those of us that I consider, when I'm talking about bloodlines, the mothers of daughters. Like, our cowardice is costing us too much. It's costing us too much. Like, we can't, for one, courage is in the heart, right? Courage is in the heart chakra, right? And we know how black women's hearts are fucking failing. My own mother, who I mentioned transitioned when I was in my early 20s, right? My mother transitioned from a heart attack, right? At 49 years old. And I am beginning to think the fact that black women don't have enough heart, right? We don't have enough courage. We don't have we don't believe in our truth enough to live in it, right? I think that there is some connection to our bad hearts, right? I think there's some connection to the cowardice of black women and how it affects our hearts, along with several other things. But our cowardice, especially, like, we have to stop being cowards. I consider all of these YouTube channels, right, that I see all over YouTube, and I consider, all of these secret spaces of black women beefing and discords being shown, and, people real life pictures being shown, and doxed, and addresses and shit, and I'm just like, what really is going on? Like, here we are as black women, deciding that this is not working for us, and that's a new saying to me. Like, that is a new mantra. Every time I see something, like when I saw this woman running up to her baby that was snuffed out by a nigga, I just said, this does not work for us. Like, I want the divine mother, the grandmother, to hear my cry when I say, whatever contracts we had as black women, whatever agreements we had as black women, I want them null and void. It does not work for us. How we exist in this realm as black American women, it does not work for us. It's no longer working for us. I rip up the contract, rip up the soul tie, look, if for anybody that we did pardon, we are unpardoning them. Listen, it is not working for us anymore. This does not work. So I said that to say, when you see things like this, if you are a mother of daughters and you see shit that don't work, that don't work for black women, say it out loud. This does not work for us. We request something different, right? We are requesting a different existence. This does not work, right? So anyhow, the cowardice of us does not work, right? Because I'm watching all these spaces and I'm seeing the maidens come into space, and I know what the maidens are thinking because I got one in my house. And what they want is, what's next? All right. To all the mothers, to all the crones, all right, y'all done fussed us out, y'all done cussed us out, y'all done laughed at our deaths, y'all done made fun of our deaths, y'all done said that because we wear eyelashes, we deserve to die. Like, y'all done said some wild fucking shit on this, goddamn, YouTube. And here are these maidens, and your ass, you have said all the fucking things. What is next? All right, mother, we're here. We're little maidens. And now our next question is, what is next then? Since you know every fucking thing. And I'm just, I'm channeling, the maiden, right? Since you know every fucking thing, what's next, right? If you've been here, and I am new to this space, right? My YouTube channel was maybe about 3 years old. So I'm new to this space, right? I came over to YouTube like, what the fuck is next? When black women at home sitting on our hands, listen, the grandmother set us all on our ass to sit down and think about this shit. And we sat down, we saw a black woman being hit in the face with a fucking skateboard. Like, every black woman saw that ritual. Like, the grandmother forced us all to see it, to forced us all to see the truth of how we exist. These niggas mauling, the woman that got a bottle of wine, right? The grandmother put that right in our fucking face for us to see it, right? So that no black woman missed it, right? And from there, I created this YouTube channel. But even then, my thought was still, what now? Like, now what? Like, now what? Now that we all know the truth, like, now what do we do, right? And as we start, those of us who are actionary, those of us who are brave, those of us who are bold, right? As we started coming up with solutions, like, we started to come up with, like, what next? Damn it. Like, we can't just be meeting as a secret coven of black women to just discuss our trauma. Like, there has to be some healing here. There has to be something, something to change our existence, because this does not work, right? And what I want to encourage black women to do is to start thinking in that way. Like, I want us to start thinking, if this does not work, right, and we are creatress in this realm, and this does not work, then we get to scrap it, right? We get to scrap it, and we get to say, you know what, this don't work, we don't like it like this no more, and we want to create a new existence, right? And we have that ability as black women, but we must be courageous in doing that kind of work. We must be fearless in doing that kind of work, right? We must get behind or offer our support of the bold. When I first created my YouTube channel, I came out the door in support of Miss Archduchess and Divested Zealot. Like, straight out the door, because I don't have time for the fuck shit, right? I never ever suffered from cognitive dissonance. I just don't suffer from it. If I believe something in my heart and my soul, and it is disproved, disproved, like it's not true, I don't hold on to it. Like, niggas, like, everybody wants to hold on to niggas around here. And not see them as they are. I don't suffer from that, right? The larger channels that I went to look for, and I won't say their name, y'all know who they are, right? The larger channels that I went to look for, and they was talking some of the shit I wanted to hear. I was here for some of it, some of it was that did colorism work. I sent some of that shit to my daughter. My daughter's dark skin, right? Some of it that was a little bit watered down. I sent some of that shit to my daughter, to help her and her denial, right? Because I thought it was for a fucking child, right? But for a big grown adult woman like me who is able to realize that a thing is a thing and then adjust myself, right? Because I realized that some things are not going to change. I have to adjust as a black woman, right? So when I'm listening to these channels, and I mean every one of them, y'all, it's getting to the same fucking thing. It's getting to basically, don't do this or do this and the niggas will act right. We're going to shame these niggas into acting right, right? And one of the things that both Miss Archduchess and Divested Zally, although now they're beefing and you can't say, you know, you got to support one or the other. And, you know, I personally believe that it's a more spiritual reason why they beef, right? Why they are beefing. But, you know, I believe it's a more spiritual reason. I believe it's something deeply esoteric as to why they are as they are, right? But what both of them had to offer me that I appreciated was the ability for no black woman to live in a cognitive dissonance, right? What they said is very bold and brave and brazen women was all. That's what I live for. That was what I live for. I live for the fact that they said all. They said all. Their version of divestment meant to get the fuck away from all. Their version of divestment incriminated every single black male, right? Including the unicorns, dumped their asses in there too. They did nothing about the janky niggas, so dumped the unicorns in there too. They said all. And they were very bold and they were very brazen about it. And they did not give a fuck. And as a black woman who is a bit bold, as a black woman who is a bit brazen, right? As a black woman who is a bit able to maneuver and rearrange myself if the shit's so fucked up. Like, I don't have to sit in this shit. I can pack up and get the fuck out of here, right? As a black woman that exists like that, I appreciated and love the fact that both of those ladies were so bold and were so brave enough to say what the fuck they said, right? Although let me say this as a disclaimer, although I don't agree with everything that they said, when they did say black women get the fuck away, and this was the core of their channels, when they were saying that, listen, this is what divestment is, that spoke to my fucking soul, right? And there is another woman here, and she does videos, and I've mentioned her as well. And her old channel was Divine Beingness. And her other channel that she posts on now is called The Journey to Highest Potential. And her channel is a bit more esoteric like my own. And what she does over there is she speaks to the esoterics of why black women have to get the fuck away, right? And what we concluded, myself, right, and this is what I came to talk about on this channel, was the fact that if black women were to ascend, right, if black women are to be who we once were in this realm, that black males cannot be attached to us, right? So aside from the fact that they are violent, disgusting, and you know, just degenerate fucking creatures, right? Aside from all of that, and all of that is all true, and we need to talk about that shit too, right? Which is why I appreciated, you know, DZ and Miss Archduchess channel. Like, yes, you need to talk about the degeneracy in black males. It's a fucking problem, right? But aside from that, on the more spiritual side of things, what I was getting to was, both of us cannot make it, right? Both of us cannot make it. Either black women ascend or black males trample us continuously and we never ascend, right? That's the only thing. Those are the only two options, right? Of course, black males can't ascend because it's a fucking patriarchal society, and white males just won't have it, right? But black women can ascend if we were to get away from the curse that is black males, right? And that's on a more esoteric and a more spiritual side, right? And I appreciate, what I'm getting to is that I appreciated her channel for speaking to that as well. And then, you know, at some level, I felt like those two women, that black women, those of us who did not suffer from cognitive dissonance and was able to make the make the moves necessary to get the fuck out and get the fuck away, then I felt like at some level then my support should have been offered to both of those ladies because of their bravery, right? Because they were willing to say a thing that needed to be said. And even though I may not agree with every fucking thing, that main course fucking meal that was all black males are a fucking problem and get the fuck away, black women, I appreciated it, right? I appreciate it. And as I watch the cowardice of black women, god damn it, the scariness of black women, the ways in which, like, even if I spoke to the unassuming black woman and just her cowardice, right? Like the everyday black woman, that is just a fucking coward and cannot call a thing, right? But for those of us who are supposed to be doing black women's work, for us not to be calling a thing, I felt a level of betrayal. I felt a level of betrayal from those women. Like, hold the fuck up, because you live in the exact same way that the rest of the black women have lived, especially if you've been baby fucking mama, right? You're living the exact same way that the rest of black women are living, and you are trying to tell us, right? You over here trying to tell us, black women who are listening to you, that there are unicorns and that there is a possibility for us to reconcile, or, you know, if we stop, they'll come. We don't need no more niggas to come, okay? Literally. Okay? Literally. Like, let another nigga come, okay? But when we hear messages like that, I just thought that was just a cowardice in black women that doesn't really deserve my respect. And as a bold black woman, I'd like to just black women, if you could just stop being cowards. If you could just stop being cowards, if you could just stop being wimpy and understand that some of this is going to take some work, right? That some of this, to just be yelling on a fucking YouTube, to just be beefing with niggas on the fucking Clubhouse, to just be, you know, to just be bullshitting around is not effective. Like, some of us are going to have to be actionary in our next steps as black women, right? Yeah. Which is also why I appreciated Rosa, the black femicide lady. Which is also why I appreciated her, because she was actionary at some level until she, god damn it, the cowardice. Until it was time to really call a thing, and then there's the cowardice that shows up in black women. Listen, black women, we can't be cowards. It's not working. It's us not telling the truth, right? Us not being honest about how we exist. Us not being able to be bold in how we speak and how we move and how we exist is just, you know, really all it's doing is giving niggas more time to unalive us, okay? It's giving niggas more time to get ahead of black women in our true victimhood. I suffered for a very long time in being a victim of Blackistan, right? And knowing and acknowledging that I was a victim. Right? Black women are not able to live in our victimhood, even though there is no large, listen, there's no one on earth who is more of a victim than a black woman. Okay? It's no one on earth, which is why I hate to hear people steal the victimhood from black women. Oh, you just want to be a victim. Oh no, she's definitely a victim. She's definitely a victim. She doesn't get to maneuver her victimhood in the correct way, which is why we're going to get to Carlisha, who is a victim, right? Who is a victim of Blackistani terror, who is a victim of the terrors of black males, but, not even but, on top of her being a victim of the terrors of Blackistan, she isn't able to maneuver her victimhood in the way that she do, and in the way that she should, because she is so fucking black male identified. Okay. So that was the victimhood of black women. That was the cowardice of black women. Listen, just be bold. If you over here listening to my channel and you notice some of the things that I say is, unfeather some feathers, like, just say fuck it. Like, be brave, sis. Nobody see your face. like, sis, be brave. God damn it. Be brave. Okay? If not even that, if you do show your face, right, and you come over here from your large channel and you listen to some of what I say, listen, tell the girls what I be talking about over here. Don't half-ass say what I said, right? Like, say the whole fucking thing. Okay? I'm not one of those women who don't want what I said to be said. Listen, I want all black women to hear what the fuck I gotta say. Right? So just make sure that you say it like how I said it. Don't chop it up and screw it up to be able to be more palatable to a black woman that wants to still fuck niggas. No, just say what the fuck I said. Just say what the fuck I said. Don't come over here, pick a little bit of it up, that works and try to, put it on your channel that's more palatable to black women that still want to fuck niggas. Like, no. Say what I said. Say all the fuck that I said. Say it all. Like, don't half-ass it. Be bold. Sis, put your big girl panties on. You don't even gotta say that Preem said it. Just put your big girl panties on and say it exactly how I said it. Okay? Do not be a fucking coward. Do not be a fucking coward. Okay? So I think I spoke on cowardice and I talked about victimhood. And now I want to move on to a cowardly victim. That is Carlisha. Okay? And when this thing first came out, like, I was, look, y'all, I didn't know what to do with it. Like, I saw it when it first came out. Anytime a nigga, let me watch what I say now. Cause I'm furious, right? Anytime, little 18-year-old girls are getting snuffed out, I get furious and my tongue gets a little loose. So let me catch it. Anytime a black male who has done harms to a black woman is unalived, I feel no way. Okay? I feel no way. I don't care who unalived him. I don't care if it was a big nigga that was unalived by a little nigga. I don't care if the police unalived the nigga. I don't care if somebody's car unalives the nigga. Like, I don't give a fuck how the nigga get unalived. But I think that crimes against the black women at this point, if the person who commits a crime against a black woman is unalived, I feel no way about it. So that part I was cool with. right. So that part I was cool with it. I was like, oh well, another one bites the dust. Right? And I was trying to move on from it. Like, I didn't really care about the little, to be honest, right? Y'all know me over here. I didn't really care about what happened with the little nigga that killed him, unalived him, right? I didn't really care about that. I couldn't figure out if Carlisha was a mother of sons or a mother that had a son, so I wasn't really trying to figure all that out. I really wasn't trying to invest too much of myself into it, right? I was hoping that it was just, another nigga murked and let's move on. Because the story was too complicated. It had too many facets for everyone to get all the points of it and to see it how it needed to be seen. Okay? So I was just like, it's too much going on. Like, let it just, let it be said that a nigga put his hands on a black woman and he ended up unalived over it. And let's move on. Let that set into the ethers. Let that set into the universe. Let black women approve that and put our stamp on it and move the fuck on so more of it could happen. Right? Right? That was what I wanted. But that's not what happened. Right? Because then there was so many variations to the story that happened. And thanks to, I think it was Unbiased and Unbossed and DZ who went and got all the fucking receipts of the mess. Listen, thanks to those sisters who went and found all the fucking receipts, because without it, you're not able to get a clear picture here, right? Because I wasn't really able to get a clear picture. And not only that, I've been busy, so, life is happening. I got I'm like, life is happening. I'm surrounded by my daughter and my nieces, and so I just couldn't really take. I couldn't even take it on in my spirit to really try to figure it out. But black women said no. We gonna see this one all the way through. We gonna see this one all the way through. So here we are seeing it all the way through. Okay. So as the receipts came out, because I wasn't able to figure out. Wait a minute. Is this a mother of daughters who has a son, or is this a mother of sons? And then the truth comes out that it's a fucking mother of sons. Right? The truth comes out that we're dealing with a fucking mother of sons, right? And we don't want the victimhood taken away from black women, regardless of who she is, right? The fact that a nigga beat the shit out of her, and her son, did what was necessary to take out the threat, right? And then black males going all over the internet, like being threatening towards her goddamn son. I thought they loved each other. I thought they loved each other. So black males talking about, her son gonna be unalive because it's Chicago. That was happening. Then, black women jumping in, the black women who finally have had enough. And I'm starting to realize that black women as a collective are getting to the point where black women are having enough, right? Like, it's too much. It's too much, right? For instance, this black woman that was this 18-year-old girl, like, I'm going through these comments and I'm seeing the comments of black women fed the fuck up. And at this point, I'm just like, throw the divestors in the trash. Like, let's talk to these black women. Right? Because the divestors are bullshitting. Like, let's get over here and talk to these black women. Like, because they seem and fed the fuck up. Like, this is getting to be too much for the black woman collective. And let's just throw the divestors and their stagnant asses in the trash. Like, let's just, they've been here for the last 15 years talking, but ain't shit been done. I'm just like, I'm sick of it. Like, well, how long we gonna talk? I'm not a big talker. I'm an actionary woman. Right? I like to talk for a little while, but I be like the maidens. Like, I be like, now what? God damn it, now what we gonna do? Right? So, anyhow, as I'm watching this climate change, like black women responding in a way that looks, it looks like this is what black women should be fucking saying. So as I'm watching this thing with Carlisha, and black women are like, hold the fuck up, because it was a male beating up a black woman, right? It was a nigga beating up a black woman, like closed fist punching her at least 3 times, like fucking her up. And we as black women do not approve. Like, let's get that out in the ethers. Like, let's get that out in the universe. Let the grandmother hear us say, we're fed the fuck up. All right? Look. We're ready to listen now, right? We're ready. Listen, we're ready. We're ready, mother. We understand now. As you set us down during COVID and we was able to watch black women just be terrorized by black males, then this come up, like, okay, all right, we get it. It's something in the water. It's something going on in Blackistan. It's something going on with black males that black women need to pay some mind to, right? So as I'm watching black women and their response to these videos, this video and them being in support of the unaliving of this nigga, I'm like, okay, all right, we going in the right direction as black women. Black males, of course, are going in their direction, which is, basically like some hand-to-hand combat should have been done. Don't, whatever you do, don't unalive a nigga, okay? Whatever you do, like, I don't give a fuck what that nigga doing. Do not unalive a nigga is where black males are. And that's where they always gonna be at, right? And that's where they always gonna be at, and there's nothing we can do about it. But what I really wanted to study was Carlisha herself. So once the receipts started coming in that Carlisha, this girl Carlisha, wow. First of all, let me, as a disclaimer, black women should not be beat by anyone at all. And I do believe that at this point in our existence, if a black woman is beat, I do believe that the person who does cause her harm should be unalived. Like, I believe at this point, like, for me at this point, And unaliving is the only thing that could really keep a black male from unaliving a black woman. Like, it's like it was nothing else that could have been done. He could have possibly beat her to death. To know that the little nigga chased him out and chased him out and finished the job. You think something like that, and you like, well, damn, he chased him out. Well, he had to chase him out. I mean, do y'all listen to hip hop? It's choppers in the trunk. So he didn't know where that man was gonna go and what he was gonna do from there, right? He didn't know what the big nigga was gonna do from there. So he had to eliminate the threat completely. And I support that message. I support the message that black women can be victims and are victims. And just because a black woman is inside of a store yelling, it does not mean that she gets to get her ass whooped. Okay? All right? So that we clear on that, because I did hear in some spaces that, she's arguing with the nigga. And I don't agree with black women arguing with niggas, right? One of the things that was always said on Miss Archduchess channel was like, do not argue with niggas. Like, most of the times that black women are being unalived is because they argue with niggas. Like, don't argue with niggas, sis. Get your coat and pocketbook and leave. However, if a black woman does not get her coat and pocketbook and leave, that does not mean she deserves to get her ass whipped. Right? A black woman, like everybody else, gets to yell and scream and holler and feel how she wants to feel. It is the fact that black males are so fucking violent that they think that if a black woman yells, she deserves to be unalived. She deserves to get her ass whipped. She deserves to get bopped over her fucking head. Like, this is what black males think. But we see other women, and we see other women in other communities get to yell. Like, what the fuck? Black women don't get to yell? So anyhow, yeah, she gets to yell if she fucking wants to, and that does not mean that she needs to get her ass whipped like that, right? So I said that to say that Carlisha is a victim, and she did not deserve what she got. Under any circumstances should any black woman be assaulted. Not even in that way, but just in general. No black woman deserves to be fucked up like that. So, with that being said, I'm going to add that the rest of the receipts that we figured out about Miss Carlisha that confirms that she is not of us. Okay? She is not of us. And that was on Father's Day. Listen, let me tell you something. Any black woman who is giving niggas money on Father's Day because she thinks that black males are good fathers and she herself is a single mom is not of us. This is pandering to black males, and this is so black male identified that it's fucking embarrassing. It's embarrassing that a black woman is giving serial baby mama makers, I don't give a fuck how active he is in his child's life, these males that she know. The fact that you are a single mother, automatically you should have more empathy for single moms than you would have for a nigga who's a single dad. Like, do some fucking work around here, nigga. Y'all don't raise no children anyway. You 1 in a fucking million. 1 in a fucking million niggas really fucking father around here. Right? Most of the black males that father are fucking terrorists. They terrorize their fucking children. They're terrorizing their children. So, for this black woman to be sending out fucking cash apps on Father's Day, wow, mind you, on Father's Day, it must have been some energy going around on Father's Day because the best of us were conjuring. The best of us used Father's Day to totally reject these niggas, right? The best of us were conjuring on Father's Day. We were doing works of the grandmother and totally rejecting these niggas. And meanwhile, while we are conjuring, while we are doing our work, while we are being the spiritualists that we are, and trying to turn this world back upside right as it's supposed to be, this woman is doing work in direct opposition of it. And then, after she does the work in direct opposition of the work that we are doing, those of us who were conjuring on fucking Father's Day, right? as she did that work, and then as she did the work to try to undo us, right? This whole incident is a fucking undoing. It's a fucking undoing of the work that we want to do. So what she goes on to do is that she speaks about how she was blessed in that situation because of what the offerings. These women think that these niggas are God. Oh gosh. The offerings that she offered to black males on Father's Day. Due to that, she was spared. That's what she said. Like, this is what she thinks. She was spared because she offered an offering to black males on Father's Day. Listen, let me tell you what the fuck happened. She is a black woman who got beat the fuck up by a nigga, okay? Beat the fuck up by a nigga. She's inside the store with several niggas while she getting beat the fuck up. All the niggas that's in the store ran out of the fucking store. The only reason why, the only person that stayed in the fucking store was another black woman risking her fucking life. Risking her fucking life to be there and to record it, right? The niggas who were there made up a whole fucking story about how she called her son and told him to murk the nigga, told him to chase down the nigga, told him to murk all the witnesses. Like, these niggas made up all kinds of stories. So black males abandoned her while she was getting her ass beat by a nigga, right? They lied on her. They all over the internet as we speak, tearing her ass to shreds, threatening her little fucking thun. Nicki Minaj, another queen mother of thuns, over there talking about she gonna pay for her fucking thun to go to college. Like, listen, a whole bunch of shit is going on. But what we get to is the fucking treason and the betrayal of the black males that she just now gave her fucking hard-earned money to. And as a black woman who works, right? I don't got no fucking money to be giving away to no fucking niggas. Black women don't have no... Listen, let me speak for the Black Woman Collective. We don't have no fucking money to be giving away to niggas. Like, you really gotta be... Your black male worship and your commitment to black males has to be like top fucking tier for you to be giving money away to niggas on Father's Day. And even after all of this betrayal, from the fucking Kangs, she is released from prison for whatever reason she was arrested. And we can dig into how law enforcement trusted niggas over her, right? We can talk about how black males are a protected fucking class, and the fact that her fucking thun, murked one of his big brethren. The fact that it was a black male unalived on the scene means that you have to get arrested in this country, because we have made black males a fucking protected class. Women like her has made black males a fucking protected class. So when something like this happens, the black woman in her fucking thong gets arrested. What she does is she gets out of prison, out of the fucking central bookings, and she goes and she immediately finds a black male attorney and I don't know. Look, I threw away the word mammy, so I don't know what a whammy lawyer to sue either the state or the city police department for wrongly arresting her. When it's her who said that these niggas was the protected class. When it's her archetype of woman, the mother of fucking Dons, who said that it was that black males are a protected class and you can't do anything wrong to them. If you come on a scene and it's a nigga unalived, everybody gotta go to jail. Round up everybody go to jail. She is the one, her archetype of woman is the one who put this in motion, and now it's backfired on her ass, and now she wants to sue the city or the state or the police department Man, what the fuck are you doing? What the fuck are you doing for our image as black women? As black women who do want to separate from black males. Like, what are you doing to our image? See, because if it was a black woman who was of us, right? Of us who really want to separate from black males, who really are trying to figure out, you know, how the fuck do we get unattached to these niggas? Right? To those of us that's on the back end, look, we in back rooms, back office rooms, trying to help sister get rid of they fucking duns. Listen, we call a grandmother, call an auntie, the nigga, the baby father, take his ass to him, leave him at his fucking doorstep. We in back alleys huddled up, trying to figure out how the fuck to get away from these niggas. And this is what she does, further bind us to them as an enemy of the state. And then you got niggas on the internet saying that black single mothers are a problem for the country. Well, ma'am, you just now got your ass whipped by a nigga. Okay? Several niggas fucking betrayed you and left your ass for dead and ran out of the fucking carryout while this nigga was wailing on your ass. Right? Several niggas, all the internet niggas are all on the internet saying how you ain't shit and you created a fucking murderous fucking thon. And you go home, go to sleep after you've been released from the law that you set. Mother of Thons are the ones who said that the black males are a protected class. They following your rules. The police and law enforcement are following your rules. You're the one who said these niggas was a protected class. You're the ones who said that they are always fucking victims. You're the one who says don't unalive a nigga or everybody go to jail. So when they listen to your rules and they lock your ass up, you go home, and then they kind enough to let your ass out the next day. You go home, you go to sleep, and you decide you want a war. You want a war with White Zaddy, and put our face up there to war with them. We don't appreciate it. We don't appreciate it, ma'am. We don't, Carlisha. We do not appreciate it. Okay, to all the mother thuns who do shit like this, we do not appreciate it. This is more work for us to have to clean up. This is more 1, 2, 3 diagram of how we have to explain ourselves when it's time to really get the work done. How we have to explain ourselves. How we have to separate and say, although she has my exact image, although she has my exact image, unambiguously black dreads, she has my exact image, and although she has my exact image, I do not agree with anything that she did. So on top of black women having to work against niggas, right? For black women having to change how the world sees us, right? And then here you are deciding that you want, Carlisha, you deciding that you want to be a fucking enemy to the fucking state. On top of everything else. And now we have to explain that we do not align with this. But black women still need to be protected and don't need their ass whipped by niggas. The making more work. The making more work for black women who decide, the ones of us who are brave enough to do the work. The making more work for us, Carlisha, we do not appreciate it. We do not appreciate it. We don't appreciate that, and we don't appreciate the cowards. Okay? Right? As I've been said, like everybody, all the cowards, all the people that's not gonna call a thing, like just shut the fuck up. Just shut the fuck up. Don't say shit. If you can't say the whole truth, don't say none of it. If Carlisha ass not gonna get on national fucking TV and say the whole truth, which is a nigga beat me the fuck up, the police came, and because black males are a protected fucking class, they locked me the fuck up. Regardless of how much fucking violence black males are inflicting on this country, I think 48%, 49% of the violence These niggas are 49% of the violence is coming from these niggas. And y'all get here and y'all find one unalived and y'all lock me the fuck up. Like I ain't just did y'all a favor. Like I ain't just did the whole country a favor. Y'all lock me the fuck up. Now, if she presents it in that way, right? If she presents it in that way, then we can get behind her. Yeah, we can get behind her. If she could call a fucking thing and stop being a fucking coward, right? If she could call a thing and say, you know what? Because black males are a protected fucking class in this country, as soon as y'all came and y'all saw a unalived nigga and you took the statements of several fucking lying niggas over a victim, over the victim that is black women, that is a black woman. And for that, I'd like to sue. And for that, and for the fact that you have listened to all the fucking whammies and all the fucking mother of thuns over us mothers of daughters, right? Because this is where we headed. Because you have listened to all the fucking mother of thuns and all the fucking whammies over us, over the mothers of daughters, when we are telling you that these niggas are violent as fuck and we are their first target. Before they could even get over there inside of an Uber and blow Becky head off, he's already terrorized us. So we're his first victim, and now you have listened to the mother of thorns and seeing him as a fucking victim and thinking that anytime you find an unalived nigga, that everybody gotta get locked up. No, that's a problem for black women. That's a problem for black women. But that is not where she's coming from. That is not where she's coming from. She's not saying that you all have created a protected class in black males, even though they are the most violent males in the country. Right? She's not being courageous enough to say that, and because she's not being courageous enough to say that, I must call it treason. I must call it treason. It's a betrayal of the work that we are over here doing. And I don't fucking appreciate it. I don't fucking appreciate it. Right? For her to use our image and become an enemy of the state and say that the state did something wrong. If the state did something wrong, it was in thinking that this nigga was a victim and not me. That's what the state did wrong. If the Chicago PD did something wrong, that what they did wrong was coming to find an unalived nigga and thinking this nigga the victim instead of me. That's what they did wrong. Right? But she's not presenting it in this way. And this is a problem for us. This is a problem for us. For us that are mothers of daughters, daughters of the divine, all of us that is of that pristine and elite bloodline. I'm standing on it 10 toes down now at this point. All of us that are of those women, all of us that is those women, are those women, or is of those women. Carlisha has done us a disservice. And we also do ourselves a disservice in not being brave in the moments that we can be brave. Right? I don't want black women out there yelling at niggas and yelling from rooftops with your real fucking name on the internet. Who these demons are to us. But any event that you can say a thing, say it, sis. Don't be a coward. And if you can't say it, it's nothing wrong with being in support of the women who do. It's nothing wrong with standing 10 toes down in the support of the women who do. Right? So even though... Oh, it's pouring. So even though I may not be today in support of everything that either Miss Archduchess or Divested Zealot said, their brand of divestment, I'm standing 10 toes down on it. The thought that black women need to get the fuck away from niggas and all niggas are a fucking problem. I'm in support of that 10 toes fucking down. I'm unmoving on it. And like everything can be layered. Everything can be layered. There can be one part that is that, and then another part that can agree that some of their content may be harsh, right? But when their version of divestment is the only version that has black women survive, the complete and total separation of black women and black males is the only way that black women survive. And anything else, any content creator that is speaking anything other than that is wasting your fucking time, black women. She's wasting your fucking time. So, that's all I got on this fine Sunday. I'm gonna post this video now because it's already 6. And I hope that you ladies enjoy your week. Love you so much. And I think that's it. I know y'all still waiting for my acceptance video. I still have not finished the blog. You know, I'm a busy woman in the summertime. Y'all gotta bear with me. But, you know, it's coming. Enjoy your week, ladies.